Father Michael stood before the grand altar of the centuries-old cathedral, the flickering candlelight casting long, ethereal shadows upon the walls adorned with intricate stained glass windows. His heart was heavy with an unspoken burden, a sense of unease that had settled within him for months. The congregation watched intently as he delivered his sermon, his voice a blend of fervent faith and underlying apprehension. They admired him for his unwavering dedication to the church and his tireless efforts to guide them on their spiritual journeys. But tonight, something felt different. There was an almost palpable tension in the air, a sense that something extraordinary was about to unfold. As Father Michael concluded his sermon with a prayer, he felt a sudden, intense pain in his chest. He clutched his heart and stumbled backward, his vision blurring. The congregation gasped in horror as he collapsed to the cold stone floor, the sound of his fall echoing through the silent cathedral. Panic ensued. Paramedics were called, and they arrived swiftly, their faces set in grim determination. They worked desperately to revive him, but it was too late. Father Michael was pronounced dead at the scene. The congregation was devastated, their beloved shepherd gone in an instant. As Father Michael's soul departed from his mortal body, he found himself in a realm of boundless light and peace. He felt an overwhelming sense of love and tranquility, a presence that transcended all understanding. It was then that he saw him, Jesus Christ, standing before him in all his glory. The radiant light emanating from Jesus was blinding, yet it filled Father Michael with an indescribable warmth and comfort. "Michael," Jesus spoke, his voice like a symphony of compassion and authority. "Your time on earth has not yet come to an end. There is a message you must deliver, a message of utmost importance for humanity. You have been chosen to carry my words back to the world of the living." Father Michael was awestruck, his heart filled with a profound sense of purpose. He listened intently as Jesus revealed the message, a revelation that would shake the very foundations of faith and belief. It was a message of hope and love, but also one of urgency, a call to action for all of humanity to come together in unity and compassion. As the vision began to fade, Father Michael felt himself being pulled back to the physical world. He awoke with a gasp, the faces of the paramedics and congregation blurred with tears and shock. He had returned from the brink of death, and he carried with him the weight of the divine message entrusted to him. His journey was far from over. It had only just begun. Father Michael's unexpected return from the dead left the congregation in awe. Rumors of his miraculous revival spread quickly, attracting the attention of both skeptics and believers alike. The church was inundated with visitors, all eager to hear the divine message that Father Michael had brought back from the other side. Father Michael, now fully recovered, stood once again before his congregation. The weight of the message he carried was heavy on his heart, but he knew that it was his duty to share it with the world. He took a deep breath and began to speak. "My dear friends, I have been blessed with an extraordinary experience. I have seen our Lord Jesus Christ, and he has entrusted me with a message for all of humanity. It is a message of hope, love, and unity, but also one of urgency. We must heed his words and take action." The congregation listened with rapt attention as Father Michael recounted his encounter with Jesus. He spoke of the overwhelming love and peace he felt in his presence, and the profound sense of purpose that had been instilled in him. He shared the message that Jesus had given him, a call for humanity to come together, to put aside their differences and work towards a future filled with compassion and understanding. As Father Michael spoke, the atmosphere in the cathedral seemed to change. There was a sense of unity and determination that had not been present before. People from all walks of life, from different faiths and backgrounds, were drawn together by the powerful words of the resurrected priest. But with the divine message came challenges. Father Michael faced criticism and disbelief from some members of the community. Skeptics questioned the validity of his experience, while others accused him of fabricating the story for attention. Despite the doubts and opposition, Father Michael remained steadfast in his mission. He knew that the truth of his experience transcended human skepticism. Father Michael's message began to reach beyond the walls of the cathedral. News outlets picked up the story, and soon people from around the world were hearing about the miraculous events in the small town. His words resonated with many inspiring acts of kindness, charity, and reconciliation. Communities that had been divided by conflict and hatred began to find common ground, united by the message of love and unity. However, Father Michael's journey was far from over. As he continued to spread the divine message, he became aware of a looming darkness. There were forces at work that sought to undermine his mission, to sow discord and doubt among the people. Father Michael knew that he had to remain vigilant, for the battle for humanity's soul was far from won. With unwavering faith and determination, Father Michael pressed on. He continued to preach the message of Jesus, knowing that every step he took brought humanity closer to the light. The challenges were great, but so too was the promise of a future filled with love, hope, and unity. The path ahead was uncertain, but Father Michael knew one thing for sure. He had been given a divine mission, and he would not rest until it was fulfilled. As the weeks turned into months, Father Michael's journey continued to be filled with both triumphs and trials. He traveled far and wide, spreading the divine message with unwavering conviction. His words touched the hearts of many, bringing hope to the hopeless and inspiring acts of kindness and compassion. But the forces of darkness that Father Michael had sensed grew stronger, becoming more apparent with each passing day. His message of unity and love was met with increasing resistance from those who sought to maintain division and hatred. Threats were made against his life, and attempts were made to discredit him. Despite the mounting challenges, Father Michael remained resolute. He knew that his mission was divinely ordained, and he would not waver in the face of adversity. One evening, as Father Michael prepared to deliver a sermon in a small village, he was approached by a group of men dressed in dark clothing. Their faces were stern, their intentions clear. They demanded that Father Michael cease his preaching and leave the village immediately. Undeterred, Father Michael stood his ground. "I cannot abandon my mission," he declared. "I have been given a message from our Lord, and I will not be silenced." The men advanced, their hostility palpable. But before they could reach him, the villagers, touched by Father Michael's message and inspired by his courage, rallied to his defense. United by their newfound sense of purpose, they stood between Father Michael and his would-be assailants, forming a human shield of solidarity and protection. Moved by the villagers' bravery and determination, the men in dark clothing hesitated, their resolve wavering. The power of unity and love that Father Michael had preached was now being demonstrated before their very eyes. Realizing that their efforts to intimidate him had failed, the men retreated, leaving Father Michael and the villagers in peace. In the days that followed, the story of the villagers' courageous stand spread far and wide. It became a symbol of the transformative power of Father Michael's message, a testament to the strength of unity and the triumph of love over hatred. People from all corners of the world were inspired by the story, and Father Michael's mission continued to gain momentum. As Father Michael continued his journey, he remained ever vigilant, aware that the battle for humanity's soul was ongoing. But he took solace in knowing that he was not alone. The message of Jesus had taken root in the hearts of many, and together they would strive to create a future filled with compassion, understanding, and love. Years later, as Father Michael reflected on his incredible journey, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had fulfilled the divine mission entrusted to him, and in doing so, he had touched the lives of countless individuals. The world had been forever changed by the message he had carried, and the legacy of unity and love that he had helped to create would endure for generations to come. And so, Father Michael's story became a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder that even in the face of darkness, the light of love and unity can shine through, guiding humanity towards a brighter and more compassionate future.